Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Let me get this adjusted a little bit there. All right, good enough. Welcome, everybody. Thank you all for being here already. I love a full house. I love it. I love it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm starting a little early because I see there's a bunch of questions already. So I want to kind of jump in and get started here. But first, I just want to uh, make my announcement, just a reminder that I did post a new video yesterday, and uh, I put it in today's earlier sessions too, about a new giveaway that I'm going each week, which is a chance to win a 30-minute personal recorded reading. I know. It's all about my weekly energy update videos that I put out for each individual zodiac sign. And let me go ahead and I'm going to post here is the video about how the contest works. And here's a link to the playlist for October's weekly energy updates. So if you want to check those out, then you can comment on those and get entered into the weekly drawing. So I'll leave all that. If you're interested, you can go check out the videos. I won't bore you with all the details because we got stuff to do. We have readings to pull here. Let me do the pop out chat here so I can have it stretched out, not so small. All right. My goodness. We have a bunch already. I love it. I love it. I have started just instead of like an angel card in those. Right now, what I'm doing is just sharing. I have like these little postcards, like mine says, "My why." It's God union. It's always about uniting with the creator in the spirit realm. And so I have my why that's always laying around on my desk to bring me back. Why am I doing everything I'm doing? And it's to bring us remember who we really are and of our beautiful connection with spirit. But I have all these other things that I also write down because I want to remember things daily. It's like bring it back to the real, right? And this one it's come from a book called The 13 Original Mothers by Jamie Sams. And it says, it's then necessary to heal the part of ourselves that is willing to accept any interaction with others as a substitute for self esteem. I'll say that again. It's then necessary to heal the part of ourselves that is willing to accept any interaction with others as a substitute for my self esteem. And I love that. It's just such a mind blowing thing that, yeah, we look for substitutes of our self esteem in interactions with others instead of finding it from within, which, of course, having listened to a lot of my readings, that comes through quite a bit, right? All right. So that is it. Thank you guys so much already for all the thumbs up. I appreciate that. If you haven't done it already, appreciate you giving me a thumbs up on the video. It does help spread the Zen love and spread my videos with other people as well. So appreciate it. All right. So I'm ready to get started and get right in here. I've got my little crystal quartz crystal just to help channel the energy and keep energy clear and concise and not confusing and all that fun stuff. So we'll jump in here. Just some quick hellos to Anjali and Self Love. Sparks, welcome. Angelina, Aditi, hey, Chords or Coco, Erica, Honey Dip, Toby, Katie, wow, Lisa, uh, MF, thank you, guys. And Spring, so much thank you for being here already. Wow, we're early, and I love it. Okay, so let's get going here. Anjali, you are the first batter up. And you want to know here, hey, Diana, is Satish, if he has bad intentions towards you or anything about in his mind and heart regarding you? Okay, well, let's take a look here and see What they want you to know here, I'm going to start off with the Sun and Moon Tarot. Of course, we only are mirrors for each other, right? So if they do, it only means that he's looking in the mirror. Boom. We'll see what's triggering inside of him. We can't help what other people see when they look at us either. You learn that as you go through life, and no matter how hard you try to be this perfect person, someone always is what they're seeing, which is amazing. From it just is because they have it inside them. That's what they see. But let's take a look here and see what Satish sees, and then we'll find out that's what he sees in himself, right? Let's take a look here. All right. So it's funny because you have the Queen of Cups here, which, is about very emotional, right? I mean, the Queen of Cups not only rules over water, which is emotions, she gets a double dose of water because all the queens in the minor arcana also get a bunch of that. So he sees you as someone with a great amount of emotion. And I'm not going to say that he says that you're emotional. He just sees that you have a great sea of emotion within you. What's funny, after what I just said a moment ago, the King of Cups also comes up. So, like I was saying, mirror, mirror is what he is seeing, right? So what he sees in you is actually a reflection of himself in the mirror. I love it. Spirit is just so perfect and beautiful. So, there's this understanding that what anyone sees in you, it is a reflection of them. And so, that's why they say other people's opinions of you are none of your business because it's not about you, it's about them. You're just a mirror again. But there's also the Seven of Swords, and, this just reiterates the message even more because the Seven of Swords, let me see if I can get a better picture. There it goes. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And the Seven of Swords is normally, it's like being aware of deceiving thoughts and emotions or thoughts about ourselves. We are discovering our deceptive thoughts, and it just shows that anything that's going on inside him that he's seeing is because his brain, his thoughts and beliefs are deceiving him that this is what he's seeing. He's looking around at everyone going, look, that person's that person's that person's that. But when you point, there's three fingers pointing back at you and only one over that way. The other thumb is up here. So it's one that way, but three pointing back at themselves. So whatever, they're seeing is about themselves, and that's outside of your control. And I feel like that's the message they want for you, Anjali, because it's important for you to know that what you see in someone else is also a reflection of what's going on inside of you. And I know a lot of the messages lately for you have been look back in here, look back in here, look at here, because what you're seeing out there is a reflection of what's in here. And what Satish is seeing is a reflection of what's going on in him. So it's the beautiful thing of life is that we think we know what everyone is thinking, and we want to know what they're thinking about us, but we have no idea, and we never will until we're back on the other side. We can only know what we're thinking about ourselves. And what we fear people are thinking about us is really the fear we have about ourselves. And so I feel like that's what they're kind of nudging you back to look within. So I know they're like, it's almost like his feelings or whatever towards you are none of your business because it has nothing to do with you. You know, we can make it easier or harder for people to choose, different things, but we never know. That is how they look, you know, um, within. It's all a reflection, all a reflection. So there you go, Anjali. It's like they just are not answering. Uh, they're giving us the perfect answers, right? We ask a question like, this is what you're really asking, and this is what really is going to give you the answer you're really looking for. And we're like, okay, if you say so, which we believe them because they know much more than we do, right? All right, so that's it. We're moving on. Self love, you are next. You want to know next week's reading, please? A Monday to a Monday reading. And we are going to pull from the Chinese zodiac. And then Sparks, if you are still here, the next one will be for you. Wasn't sure you said good night, Bretta. If you're like, have a like good night, how you doing? Or good night, bye. So we'll take a look here. Self love. What do we have going on next week for you? Monday to Monday, please, for self love. Okay. Anything else? All right. So, all right. All right. Okay, good. Glad you're still here. Thanks, Coco. So, you have the Tower card for next week here, self love, which is all right. Don't freak out about this. This means something is being removed out of your life next week to make room for something much better, because you actually have the Nine of Coins, which is the Nine of Pentacles. It's a fulfillment of your outside world, uh, but you're finding it from within as well. So I love that because you also have the Three of Cups, which is joy and celebration. So I really feel like something's happening next week where something gets taken, like something ends and is removed out, but it makes this beautiful space for this wholeness and this completeness that you find within, and you have this joy and this celebration type of energy next week. So I love, love, love this for you. Let me see if they'll tell us anything about what this is about. Anything in particular that you would like to share with us? Well, you got double endings and double new beginnings. This is the Judgment card, which is all about you being called higher to your higher self. um, or if you have any kind of court case that's pending, maybe it's like it ends and it ends up being good for you. But that's what they have for you. So I think that's nice. So just when the tower is being removed, when this thing is being moved out of your life, just realize, all right, it's making space for something very beneficial for you next week, self love. So I like that. All right. Sparks, you want to know, should you go on a date with Milton tomorrow? Let's say oops, being drawn here to the Radiant Rider Waite. We'll take a look. And then Angelina, you are next. Hey, Mary. Hey, BD. Welcome, welcome. Oh, and me. Welcome, me. And Diana. Totally missed you guys. Sorry. All right. So tell us about Milton and this date. What would the result be? What would you like, Sparks, to know? Okay. Very good. So you have the Seven of Swords here, which I feel like this is not them like, oh my God, don't do it. This is about you understanding your thoughts and your expectations that might be deceiving you. It might be giving you false expectations about it, because you end up having a great night. You do have the Wheel of Fortune, which is a change of fate. It's change of wonderfulness coming in here, which ends up changing your thoughts. You have this movement of your thoughts and your beliefs, because the knight is on a quest for higher truths, but this ace of swords actually cuts away some of those expectations. So I kind of feel like you're like, yeah, it's not my normal, like, I kind of feel like it's, like, not my normal type, it's not, like, someone I'd normally go out with, but I feel like you go and you have a blast and you're like, "Oh my god, I'm totally getting rid of these expectations." Like, they were so much different than I had thought, and so I kind of feel like that's gonna be a good, if you can keep your mind open, that you're going to be quite pleasantly surprised in the evening, and just be like, oh, wow, okay. And you do have this clarity and this mind change around it. So I like that for you. So enjoy your date, Sparks, if you still decide to go through with it. But Spirit is like saying, looks like a good situation there. All right, Angelina, and then you want to know if your angels have any message about your current situation, and then a DT, you'll be next. Very. All right, let's take a look here, Angelina. Okay. You are welcome. All right, so let's take a look here. So you do have the Ace of Wands here, which does show us this. It's a new spark, a new energy coming in around this situation. Let's see what it is. Okay. You got Ace 1, 2, and let's see if you're gonna get a 3. But the Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles is about this balancing that's gonna be coming your way in the outside world. So this energy is coming in and it's kind of switching things. So it's kind of feels like it's been out of balance, but this energy is coming in that's kind of balancing things out. Yeah. And you have the 8 of Wands, which is a lot of energy coming in. So, and this is swiftness. So, I feel like this energy is bringing a quick balance of things. So, you're going to feel like it just shift suddenly um, into a more balanced state where it doesn't feel so much one-sided or lopsided in your life. So, um, you know, I think that's a good energy coming in there, right? Hey, Miss King. Thank you for your love and support. You have an amazing weekend too. You take care. All right. So that's what they have for you, Angelina. It's just a wonderful energy coming in, quick and balancing energy coming in. So I like that. All right. So blessings to you. We're moving on to a DT. And so you just want to know about the rest, not just, but you want to know about the rest of October. Cool, which I can't believe it's the middle of October already. Can you believe it? Where did the year go? So we'll take a look there. And thank you for the like there. Great reminder. If you haven't already given me a thumbs up on this video, I really appreciate it if you would. It does help out my channel, helps it grow, helps send out the videos to more people, and we can share more of the Zen love. So if you haven't done so already, appreciate you doing that now while we're thinking about it. So DT, let's take a look. What does Spirit want you to know about the rest of your October? Okay. Wow. Boom, boom. So let's get these in order here and let's see what these ones were. Wow. These cards, and I shuffled them and shuffled them. Interesting. A lot of the same energies tonight. You also have this card about looking really into your thoughts and beliefs and which of your expectations are deceiving you. Because you also have the Knight of Swords that's coming in. And I put these all back in different places in the deck and then shuffled and shuffled. And then these still came out. It's crazy. So this is about this movement of your thought and your belief that does bring in this Ace of Wands, which came out in one of the other readings. So, which Aries energy, of course, we're still kind of surfing from that Aries full moon energy from last week. But so with this change of thought and belief that you have, it opens up this energy and allows you to move up in both your spiritual knowledge, your just your overall knowledge and your belief about what you're capable of in your life. You can even see down here on the bottom um, that they've got the little keys. It's like you are really receiving the keys of some opening up of things in your life. I feel like there's been some that you've been having, um, and that different things come up, and it just you're like, why does that even matter to me? And you're releasing some expectations that kind of been looping for a while, but and it's been taking a lot of your energy, like maybe a trigger, something that's been triggering, and you're just, why does that even do that inside? And you look at it and it just frees you up, and it feels like you open up and you're able to go. It's like there's this gate that's been keeping you from moving forward, and it's like that's the key that opens up and allows you to move forward into a next stage of your life. So I really like this for you for the rest of October, because I feel like um, that trigger, just like it's almost like the key, you find the key to turn off the trigger, and it's just so freeing for you. So I really like that for you for the rest of October. So awesome, awesome. All right. Hey, Valerie, Michael, welcome, welcome. Hey, Anjou. We will be getting down to you guys here shortly. I'm moving on to chords of gratitude, also known as Coco, by me anyway. And oh my goodness, what is going on? I think you need to get a giant dog. But let's take a look here. So just in general, who is it and what is the problem? So let's take a look here. We'll stick with the radiant right away. Find out what's going on. And then Erica, you are next, and then Honey Dip. Thank you guys all for being here. If you're new to my channel, you just have to be subscribed in order to chat. And then you just put your question, or if you don't want to put your business out there, you just put general reading and Spirit will know. We'll pull cards. And I just go in order down the chat. That's the list. There really is no list. I just go down the chat. All right, let's see what's going on here. Tell us who this is. Can you give us any hint on who it is to give us some guidance? And what is their problem? Okay. I do want that one too. Okay, let's see here. Well, it's a Page of Swords. So as far as just uh, general, who's still spying on you? I think we had that before when we asked that it's someone that's really intelligent. I mean, it is a Page of Swords, so it feels like pages are younger. So I feel like it's someone younger that's pretty intelligent, with that. And it's the Two of Wands too. And the Two of Wands is about, this energy and energetic, but this is someone who plans, right? They are intelligent and they plan very well, and I think this is what we had before, is someone a lot like that, right? Where they're smart and they know how to plan and they know how to do things. But I feel like, especially with that page, it's someone younger and but they're smart. And I don't know, air sign is kind of there too, but I feel, let's see what their problem is. Maybe that will help too. So it's someone, that really gets things done. They come across as very confident, really has a big presence, but they also uh, have a lot of, this is their problem. They've got a lot of fears, right? They have fears that are blinding them, binding them, and making them feel trapped. And because they feel trapped, they are going, out and trying to do things out of fear and this is what's triggering them is because they're fearing they want to do that. And they got the moon too, which is all about there's some subconscious things that are going on underneath the surface with them too, with doing that. So yeah, I don't know if that helps, but I mean they've got a lot going on, in their subconscious, and they feel very confident, like they can get away with things, um, with that Queen of Wands, and that they have that intuitiveness too, like they just know. But kind of feel like this. Does this look like anybody you know? You're like, oh my God, that's my neighbor. No, but I'm sorry you're going through that. I know it's not a fun situation, feeling that way, but you know, it's just a difficult thing there. Um, but that Two of Wands is about where we focus our energy, and I know that's a message that's been going on pretty well too. Is it's like, what are you trying to tell me, Spirit? What am I supposed to learn from this? So hang in there. That's all they have for you right now, though, and they don't have. I wish they'd send me a thumbprint, a fingerprint. But if it was like a break-in where they broke in, definitely maybe that's what they were just showing me, fingerprinting. They're like, maybe it's time to call in a police if you haven't already, and have them fingerprint and see if they can locate something. All right. Well, that's what they have right now for you. Hang in there. All right, Erica, you want to know, you would like to know if there is anything in love for you. Okay, well, let's take a look here and see. Every moment we have love, but I know you're meaning like from the outside. So we'll look into that. Thank everybody for being here. Really appreciate it. And there's no list. So, hey, Michael, if you want to ask a question, all you do is pop it down in the description or in the chat, and then that's how you get into the list. Because I just go down the chat. So if you have a question, pop it down, or if you want a general reading, just ask for that as well. All right. So Erica, and then Honey Dip will be next. So let's take a look here. So Erica. What would the spirit want you to know about love? All right. So you have the Eight of Cups here, which does tell you that you are in a place where you're getting ready to leave behind these emotions that no longer serve you. You walk here, and where you're walking to is the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So you're on that journey to finding the love that you're looking for, both from within, and that would flow out and draw it to you from the outside. And I swear, I think I'm going to get the Seven of Swords in different decks all tonight, because I've gotten them like almost every time. But the Seven of Swords is about looking past these thoughts and these beliefs that are deceiving you, around relationships. And so it's about what expectations you have on yourself and others, and relationships in general. And I feel as you're leaving behind these emotions that are no longer serving you, you're also looking into the disappointments you had and realizing, okay, why do I even care about that, right? And you're letting that stuff go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because you do have, it's definitely in your future. You definitely have it coming your way, but it's important for you to let those things go. Yeah, and I think even you have the Ace of Swords in your hand here, if I can get it to focus. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. Maybe if I move out of the way. There it goes. See, for a moment, right there. And that's the Ace of Swords that you actually have in your hand right here. So you're using that sword to cut away those expectations. And what I normally say, okay, let me look at the and you have the six of swords. So you are movement of your thoughts from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. And, that's what happens when we're looking and we're taught all this stuff about who we're supposed to be and other people are supposed to be and should be, need to be, and have to be, and what relationships are supposed to be, need to be, have to be, blah, blah, blah. All those opinions. It just really starts narrowing how you have to meet someone and who they need to be and who you have to be, and they've been saying the last couple days that situation's on back order for 1,000 years. It takes a lot of time to put all that stuff in order to make that happen. And the more expectations we cut away, the more we're seeing these opportunities that can come. And then you get, uh, it's a week away, 2 weeks away instead of 1,000 years. And so I feel like that's what they're having here is looking over those emotions that you've had in past relationships, the expectations you had in past relationships, and it helps speed up things if you kind of cut those away and open up. So I like that for you because that Lover's card is a loud and clear message that it is in your future. Just as far as how long it's going to take is totally up to you and how many expectations you have around relationships with you and others and how it's supposed to unfold. So there you go, Erica. All right, honey dip, you are up. And you want to know, why do you constantly keep thinking about this person? And what is spirit trying to teach you or show you? So let's take a look here. We'll find out like why, and it kind of, I think, is all related here. Okay, and then Lisa Sarkar, you'll be next. And then Toby. All right. So let's take a look here. Why, oh, why do you keep on thinking about this person? And what do they want you to know about that? So it's interesting. You got the tower here, which, so this is all about, of course, that whatever's being removed and brought into your life is on purpose for a purpose. So it's not by accident that this is happening. We've got the magician here. So this is showing you your power and how, they usually have a wand, and it's like the magician is very much, understanding the fire that you have and the ability that you have to make things happen in your life. About whatever you focus on is what grows. And so there is this energy around you being more powerful than you realize. Yeah, because you also have the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. So this is about new and advanced, upgraded love and emotions in your life. So I feel like there's this change that's happening here for you. Let's see what these other two cards are too. Yeah, so you got the Six of Wands. Maybe there it goes. And also the Six of Cups. So these sixes um, are very important because it's about flow. Think about three cups or three, of these wands on either side. There's this flow of energy, there's this flow of emotion that's going on. But the Six of Cups is also the nostalgia card. This is about memories. This is about um, echoes from the past that are coming into your future and keep on repeating, and you keep on getting messengers that come in with the same message with these emotions of how you feel. And it really is about you going back and seeing what you can remove out of your life as well. Because now that I see these other two sixes there, like, yeah, this is about where you looked for recognition before when you were growing up, and just those interactions that you had, the memories that you had before, where you kind of felt helpless and you felt like you were not powerful in the situations, right? But this Princess of Cups, it's like you, with that magician, you are really understanding these emotions. And I feel like you're going to know what I'm talking about with these. It's like, when's the last time you felt this way? Right. And you're like, you keep thinking about them, and but the emotions that you have around them, it feels familiar. And it's like if you keep going back to like, when did I feel this way? Not situational, but emotion. Try closing your eyes. Don't try to say it out loud. Just try to feel it with your heart and go, when did I feel this way? And just kind of let your mind go back and back and back till you remember feeling that way again. And that's going to help you really turn it around, because I feel like this magician is you taking your power, you're kind of saving over those old emotions because you're able to look at it differently now as the powerful adult that you are, compared to when you experienced it more likely in your earlier childhood. And so this person, they're coming into your life because they're such a huge reminder. They are a huge messenger from your child self that is trying to get your attention, because there's these charged emotions that you have from when you were young, and they're wanting to convert those, to transform them through awareness of who you really are and what you're able to accomplish now with your emotions. Whereas before, as a child, you had no idea what you should do with those emotions, right? Because you were still in, I kind of feel like it's going to be in your 7 years and younger kind of emotional development stage, not so much the mental, which is like 7 to 14. So it's like, what was this you didn't know what to do with? And before you do something with it, your, mental self pushed it down into the cellar. And now's the time to really look into um, where this is echoing from, where it is rippling from. And so this is definitely meant to be from spirit, because you're ready to release these emotions that connects it. And again, that Six of Wands is about recognition, about desire. I want to be desired by them in a way. And then it's like, but it's like unrequited. Is that how they say it? Where you're not getting it back. And then that's reminding you of when you were younger, whichever, whether it was your father or mother or someone that you were looking for recognition from that wouldn't give you the time of day, you felt that same type of emotion. So they're having you look back so that can be resolved, so it will stop echoing forward in your life. So there you go. All right. So blessings to you, honey dip. All right. Katie, first or not. We're getting to you though. You're only a couple away. So Lisa is next, then Toby, and then you, Katie. All right. So let's take a look here. See what messages Spirit has for you, Liza. Lisa. All right. What messages do you have for Lisa, please? Would you like to know? Okay. All right. So they want you to know that you're much more powerful than you feel you are. You've got a lot more energy, a lot more ability than you can imagine. I mean, impact you have on people when you walk into a room, the energy that you have, the way that you're able just to get stuff done, and of your connection with the spirit realm. I don't think you understand that your gut feeling and your instincts, you just think everyone has these, but yours are so fine tuned and on point that well, you're just like, well, obviously this is the answer. And people are like, how do you know that? And you're just like, don't you just know it? I mean, you know, it's like you just have this beautiful connection between your spirit and mind and your gut that it just seems fluid to me. And but you have the fire, you have this power to really focus your energy and get things done. And I feel like they want you to know that you have more power in situations than you feel you do, because sometimes you feel like this person, where you think that you are the one that gets pinned down by other people's, expectations, and that people tend to, like there's this conflict that comes in because some people are jealous of your success, how you can just move the way you do, and so they come against you, and there's this conflict that comes in. But it's like, don't let them disempower you, because or make you second guess yourself. It's almost like gaslighting in a way, where they try to make you feel stupid about your decisions and what you're doing, even though they're secretly jealous, and they're like, how does she do that? I just, they are don't want to feel low about themselves, so they're trying to bring you down to where they're at. And but you kind of see it the opposite, where they're above you and they're trying to push you lower. And it's because you haven't seen your mighty powerful superhero self yet in clarity. And so this is like kind of what's going on with you, is you have all these thoughts and these beliefs, and they're the strings that are controlling you, but they're not by other people. These are your own thoughts and your own beliefs and your mindsets that you're becoming aware of, that are blinding you and making you feel restricted and small. And I really feel that this message tonight is really to help you burning away, with your little fire flames there, that you're starting to burn away these strings to free yourself, because you're really starting to recognize, wait a minute, I am more powerful than everyone's taught me to believe. And why don't I think I am? Why do I keep trying to make myself shrink and be small? Who am I afraid of, that I'm going to hurt by being bigger than them? Uh, and they're saying it's time for you to say that's their choice, that's their decision. You can't hold yourself back and keep yourself small because of someone else, because they're going to get upset about, you're doing better than me. It's like, well, then step it up, let's go. We got stuff to do, we got places to go and things to see, and you're ready to, really hit the ground and have this fire and move in those directions. And it's time to start cutting away and burning away those old limiting thoughts and beliefs about yourself, because you have so much that you can accomplish and do. And it's time to stop letting people hold you back, is what I feel for you. All right. So, Toby, let's take a look here. All right. So, you want us to just pull a general card for your roommate, and you. So, is that like one each? Is that what you're saying? Or for you related to each other? We'll see. Spirit will know. Either one card will come out, or three, or two. Could be one for each. We'll see what comes out. Then, Katie, you will be next. Okay. So let's take a look here. What do you want to know? Okay. Okay. So the first card was for you, which is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is about seeing things from a higher perspective, new thoughts, new communication, new brain activity that is taking you to this higher perspective and looking at things. And so I really feel like there's this new way of looking at, uh, your situation together, because you also got the Wheel of Fortune, which this would be your roommate. The way it was in my mind was you and your roommate, and then there's a third card. It's about your interactions together, and the Wheel of Fortune shows, endings and new beginnings. There's this change that's happening in them too. So it's like you're both going through this fated change, this wonderful Like you have this new beginning, they have this new beginning, and then together you have the Knight of Wands. And so there is this movement, there is this fire, and this is fast movement into this new situation, whatever this is for you guys, because the Prince, of course, is the Knight in the Standard Tarot, and they are all moving, and uh, the fiery horse is the most fastest because it's a horse on fire. It's like, a horse made of fire, right? It moves very fast compared to the other three. There also is this quest that these knights are on for the Ace of Wands, which is new passion, new, new energy, new um, just things to happen, like new movement and passion is what I keep hearing. So, I feel like there's this wonderful individual things happening, this newness, but there's this great combination between you guys too of looking into this more energy, this more, again, more passion. Anything else you want to add to that? Any clarity? No? That one? Okay. Well, the Hierophant. It is this movement up. It is the five, the number of change, and the Hierophant is about like this stepping up and upgrading of your spiritualness, of your even domestication. It's like this movement up in the process too. So um, that is what they have. It feels very positive. I don't feel any concerns around any of this at all. Um, so hopefully that makes sense for you guys because I just feel like there's this wonderful um, new beginnings and kind of joint quest for more fire in life, and it does take you higher. It does activate change in your life. So that is what they have for you, Toby. So hopefully one oh, okay. So what? Oh, okay. You did want one for you and one for Julia. So you did get one for each, but then you also got joint ones with where you guys are headed. So it feels like a good combo. It's like what is it? Bonnie and Clyde, the little partners in crime. That's the word I was thinking of. Partners in crime. You guys have this little fire stuff going on and this change and this movement up. I like it. I like it for you guys. All right. So that's what you have there, Toby. Katie, thank you for your patience. And thank you all for your patience as I work my way down the list in order through the chat. And thank you guys all for who have already given me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And if you haven't already, I really appreciate you considering doing so. It does help out my channel, and it's the perfect price. Absolutely free to click on that little thumbs up button. So thank you. All right, Katie, you want to know the future for Jordan and you? Okay, let's take a look here. What would you like Katie to know about their future together? Okay. That was like 10 cards. Let's try that again. Spring. MF, hello, hello. Then MFE will be next. And then Diana. So what about Jordan? What about Jordan and Katie? Jordan and Katie. Okay. There we go. So let's take a look here. So there's this Five of Cups here, which is all about emotions. And here is the three cups that are spilled, which is all about disappointment. It's all about, emotions and feelings that we have, which we come here to experience. There's nothing wrong with it. And that's what the Five of Cups tells us is it's okay to have non-positive, happy, Pollyanna, emotions. We get to have, disappointment and anger and resentments and whatever those fear emotions bring up for us. They are, but they're out here. And the Two of Cups is what the two of you guys are. And when you're ready to look, finish that kind of focus on the disappointing type of emotions, the Two of Cups is waiting, which is, oops, sorry, is the two of you together, which is totally still there. There's this flame, there's this passion, there's still this burning embers within you both. But I feel like the focus is in on the disappointment. It's in on those, feelings of being let down by each other, and it's like it's okay, you can feel those, but remember that there's a flame that's within you both. You do have the Prince of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot, which is all about patience and seasons, that it takes time to get there and get through there. So they're just like saying there is movement, just allow yourself the time to feel what you were feeling and you both to move through that disappointment and remember what it is that really sparked you both before. It's like before all those expectations came in, what I think they mentioned that before. It feels like that. It's like remember what you loved about each other for all those expectations of the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, and the have tos, when you thought each other were so wonderful, which is how we all start off, right? Until those expectations just take the wind out of our sails. But they're saying it's time. It just takes time. There's seasons that you're going through, and like this is winter, right? But spring will come, which is the fire. Just give you guys some time to work through those emotions and understand them. But don't forget what drew you guys together in the first place. Okay. So that's what they are saying for you tonight, Katie. So thank you for your patience. Hopefully it was worth the wait. You're like, nah. All right. MF, you are up next. So let's take a look here. And you want to know Farhan's current feelings. And let's see. So I think what I'm getting from your question here, MF, is that you just want to know what their feelings are towards you and if they are going to invite you to Bahrain and what's on their mind, or he did invite you and you want to know what's on his mind. Well, Spirit knows what you're asking. This person here doesn't need to know. I just know your energy. They know what you really want because they know everything about you. So we'll pull cards and they'll just give you the answer. Then Diana, you will be up next. All right. So what would you like MF to know about Farhan, please? What else? You got some nice cards happening here. I mean, you do have the Nine of Pentacles, which does talk about feeling this fulfillment in your outside world. It is the nine, though, which is about you're finding it from within first. And so this is kind of this feeling of being alone, not being, with someone else at the time that you're feeling this. And there's the Prince of Wands, which is about fast movement, though. And you also have the Prince of Cups, which is about emotional movement. So I feel like there is this um, fire, and there's these emotions that are there. So the passion and the emotions seem to be moving because they're both knights. So there is this movement, and this movement that's going on. And the Nine of Pentacles, does talk about this fulfillment. I almost feel like it's like they're saying that don't worry about what's going on in their minds. Just know that things are moving, things are always churning, but that they're kind of pointing you back to your own inner self for your fullness and your wholeness, not looking to someone else to do that for you. Because the Prince of Wands also is this energy of your questing for passion, you're questing for love too, but they're saying they keep pointing you back to in here, in here, in here. So let's see what else they have to say here. Yeah, so it's the moon. This moon energy coming in. So, definitely there's some unknowns and some stuff that's bouncing around out there. But when the moon card comes up, when we're talking about kind of relationship stuff, um, that's kind of spirit's way lately of saying, you don't need to know. Right now, it's about they're pointing you back to looking in here for your quest for passion and emotional movement. They're like, look in here. The other stuff is a mystery for now. It's the unknown. It's, the deep ocean. You're like, what's down there? Who's to say is what they say, but they're pointing you back to here, in here, in here, in here, to be content with yourself in your own little garden, smelling your flowers and enjoying this there. And they're not giving you information about um, you know them. And that's what usually happens if there's this pause and you don't know, and they're coming and going, and there's no, absolute movement from the other individuals. It's always during these pause periods and this time where things are taking time that they're telling us to work on our own heart and work on the inside. And the more we work on the inside, the faster the outside world uh, then starts moving. But it's like when there's this pause, they're saying it's time for you to look here. And until you do, it just kind of gets drawn out, and it just keeps going until we look in there. So I know, but that's what they have for you tonight. All right. Diana, you are up next, and you want to know, what does your partner think about your guys' relationship? Well, let's take a look here. So let's take a look here. So, what does your partner think about your relationship? Okay, and then me, you'll be up next. Not me, but me in the chat. And then we'll be to you, Mary. All right, let's take a look here. So, Diana Escobar, what does your partner think about your relationship? Okay, let's see what we got here. I know that at first this looks like a horrible card, but this is actually a great card because the Ten of Swords represents exhaustion, trying to like live up to a bunch of expectations and making other people live up to expectations, and they're ready to let it go. They're ready for an ending for all this thoughts and thinking and burr, 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 and they're ready for new thoughts. They're ready for a clean slate and a new beginning in their thoughts and their beliefs. Um, which so that's about the relationship. It's like a reset, and all the constraints they have around the relationship, they're allowing it to be more free flowing and open without being upset and disappointed about all the stuff that's not happening the way it's supposed to be happening. Because you also have the celebration card, which is all about abundance, and joy. So there's a lot of joy that's in there. And I feel like that's what's coming in with that because also you have the Four of Pentacles, which does feel the stability in the outside world. So I kind of feel like with all of this that they're just got to a point where they um, just sick and tired of feeling, all this disappointment and or disappointing someone, like if they're disappointing you and they're just like, okay, I'm going to forget all this stuff. I'm going to forget all this rules and stuff I think I have in my head. And I'm going to focus on enjoying the relationship. And that brings in the stability in the outside world for you guys in that. The Four of Pentacles is also a card of finding the wholeness and the completeness and the definition of their worth from the inside instead of the outside world. And I kind of feel like maybe there's this working out together of your relationship that it's almost feels like a lot of people were meddling in your life, telling each of you about, well, this is what you should do. Blah, 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 blah. And I kind of feel like maybe you guys are going, you know what? Psh, this is our relationship. We're working it out. We're determining what it's going to be. And if you do that and have all those, get all the cooks out of the kitchen and just have the two of you that are determining your relationship, that's where this joy comes in. That's where the stability comes in with that as well. But I think that's kind of what they're thinking too, is like, we need to get all these people out of our relationship and out of our business, and we need to focus on each other instead. So that's kind of what I feel is coming right now for you. So blessings to you, Diana. All right, me. I'm going to talk to myself for a moment here. And actually, I want to go to the Tarot of Dragons. Let's take a look here and see what RJ feels about you. And again, thank you guys all for being here and your patience as I do make my way down the list. If you're new to the channel, all you have to do is become a subscriber to my channel, which is totally free. And then you can chat down here and I just follow down the list. If you don't want to put your business out there specifically, you can just ask for a general reading and spirit will know what they want to do. I did make an announcement at the beginning and I have links up at the beginning of the chat that I am having a weekly contest or a weekly drawing, I guess I should say, where you could win a 30-minute free personal recorded reading. And it's all about commenting on my weekly energy update videos that I put out for each individual zodiac sign. So if you haven't checked it out, the links are in the description box of the video, and I also put them at the beginning of the chat earlier in the beginning. So make sure to check that out if you feel so inclined. All right, advertisement is over. Now on to RJ. Let's see what they feel about you. Me? Let's see here. What would you like me to know about RJ's feelings? All right. So the Queen of Swords is coming up here, which the Queen of Swords is this balance between heart and mind. And um, I kind of feel like they're going back and forth between their heart and their mind and their heart and their mind. It's like their heart has these feelings, but then their mind kicks in and then their heart has some feelings. Because there's also the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is a nostalgia card. It's about the memories. And I feel like something about you is triggering memories for them. And I think that's where the heart kicks in. But then the mind goes, well, no, but this isn't them. That was someone else. But the heart goes, oh, this feels like I felt before and I got hurt. I don't know. And the mind goes, they are not them. And I kind of feel like it's going back and forth between the two because there is the Ace of Wands, which is about new passion and new excitement and fire being there. So I kind of feel like that is happening there, but there's this back and forth and back and forth and back and forth that's going on their in their head and in their heart, back and forth. So You can kind of even look at the dragon here going, I just don't know what's going on. This newness is opening up, that's going on there. And it is about new ideas, new ways of looking at things. But I kind of feel like that's what the energy you get is like this back and forth and this back and forth that's happening with them there. So that's what they have for you right now, me. I know it's not uh, super like, psh, but it's because they are back and forth and back and forth between the two as well. So that's what you have for tonight. So blessings to you. All right, Mary. Sorry you missed me earlier in the day, and you're back. So let's take a look here. You have a couple things. You Let's take a look here. So you said, what's the current energy with Steve and you? Are you going to reconcile? What's his current energy? And you started advertising for house cleaning. Will it be successful? Okay. All right. And then VD, hello, hello. You will be next after that. I know technically you asked your question, but Mary was kind of introducing it, so we're just kind of, and she missed me earlier in the day. So I appreciate you being patient and letting me answer her questions. And then you'll be right next. So thank you. So let's take a look here. Current energies between Steve and you. Okay. And then are you going to reconcile his current energy? And then how, just about the house cleaning, how, what do you want to know about that, or getting another job? Okay. Okay. All right. So first, current energy between you two. So got a lot of conflict going on with expectations and thoughts and about what should be and what shouldn't be. It kind of feels like that energy of trying to work out not who's right, but whose ideas are right. It's like, no, this is what it should be. No, this is what a relationship be, and a relationship should be. And you have the Page of Swords, which is about new thoughts and new beliefs. So I kind of feel you guys are working out to try to figure out what it is that is going to make you guys happy, because the Nine of Pentacles is about you finding your happiness within, but you guys are trying to work it out on how you can make each other's happiness come together. And so I kind of feel like there's this working out of things, like it's almost like you're um it's like the battle of the compromise. Well, who's going to give in more? Who's going to give in more? It's like, are you going to be able to get to the middle? I don't know. We shall see. But that's the current energy of that. Well, you asked if you're going to reconcile, so we'll take a look here. Well, you just got to love cards. Two of Cups, which is about you guys' relationship. And here you are with the Justice card. They're saying that you can if you balance things out. But if it's out of balance, that's the compromising. It's like you can't have this and you can't have this. It's got to be where you both are coming to this compromise and balancing things on what you're both willing to, what's the most important things you're putting them on the scale, not like this is everything I want, this is everything I want, because then it's like off. But if it's like, what's the most important things that you guys want, and you're putting them on the scale to balance them out, then that is where reconciliation can happen. And his current energy. So Queen of Swords, it's kind of like this energy I was just talking about between head and heart, because the Queen of Swords has both water and she rules air. So it's going back and forth between head and heart, trying to really understand what would make him happy, what would bring total emotional fulfillment in his outside world. So that's his energy. He's focusing on it too, going, what is going to make me happy? You know? And so it's all figuring this out. So I kind of feel like you guys are going back and forth on these scales, trying to figure out, is it worth it? Do I want to do it? Am I able to compromise, or do I feel it's too much that each of you have to give up for it? All right. So that's the relationship stuff. And then let's take a look here at your um, house cleaning, or should you get a job? Well, you've got the hermit card, which is all about being alone. It's an inner search, but it's like a hermit, which is away from the regular things. It is about seeing things from a higher perspective. That's coming in here. Um, and you have the Three of Wands, which does talk about this. You were headed a certain direction and you made a change in your future there. So I kind of feel like um, it feels like almost both in a way. It's like you start off, you know, and the reason I say that is because of these boats down here. There's two in the light and one in the shadow. And I kind of like these two stood out to me. Like you kind of like doing them both until like your house cleaning takes off, right? So it's like almost like you get a part-time job and you do both until your cleaning business really takes off. Because I kind of feel like with this Five of Cups, there's time, this is like the stuff not working out the way you want it to be, but you do have these two choices that are behind you too, which kind of were telling me that it's like a part-time job and then doing the house cleaning. And so, you know, it's like you're able to find a part-time job that works well with the flexibility of being able to house clean and have your own schedule. To like maybe you did house cleaning during the day and the weekends, but the other job you have is like a part-time that's in the evenings or the late afternoon, where you can go do your house cleaning in the morning when people are at work, and then you go like it's that kind of thing that I feel is what they're giving you there. So there you go, Mary. Boom, 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 boom. So hopefully that was the clarity that you were looking for. That's what they have for you tonight, anyway. So, VD, thank you so much for your patience. And you just want to know, what does HT Capricorn think of you? So let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. And I do want to go to the Chinese tarot for that. And then Valerie, it looks like you wanted to be added. I don't see, do you have a question somewhere here? Don't see a question. So I don't know if you just were wanting a general reading. So if you're still here, if you just pop it down below, if it was a general reading, we'll ask that. And then Michael, you will be after that. All right. So VD, let's take a look here. What does HT the Capricorn think of you? All right. Let's take a look. So we've got the King of Swords here. And the King of Swords is so much in their mind, because not only do they rule over air, which is all the thoughts and the mindsets and all this intellect, they get a double dose of air. So they are very much in their head. And the emotions that they kind of feel, I mean, they have a lot of energy that is in their life. And I kind of feel like they are almost so consumed with money and success and security in the outside world. I almost feel like which makes sense now that I think about it with Capricorn, because Capricorn, they're ruled by Saturn, which is all about tasking and getting things done and movement, movement, reward, movement, movement, reward, movement, movement, reward on tasking. And I feel like they're so caught up in their mind. I mean, this energy is so Capricorn between those three cards. Um, and there's the Three of Wands that is here, the Three of Staves, which is they're at a point though that they've been so focused on getting to a place that something's happened in their life where they're switching course. And I feel like that right now they don't have uh, time for emotion. I don't know why that's coming up. They're just very motivated on all of that, that they're exhausted, that they don't have a whole lot of time for to think about anything else. But this Three of Wands coming up, it's like something happens in their life that they do make this adjustment and change of what they're headed towards and what they're doing. But I kind of feel like that's still it's not about like it's like a change in their career, a change in their focus, which takes even more time. And I kind of feel like so they don't have thoughts about you, about any emotional stuff. They like are so caught up in their head and doing things that they're just not going any direction romantically or emotionally. It's like between doing all that, that they just don't have anything left over. So that's what I'm getting for you there, VD. Hopefully that makes sense. And you're just like, oh yeah, that's that Capricorn. Task, task, task. Nothing left over for anything else. So that's what they have for you. All right. Let me see. All right, Valerie. Very good. All right. So you wanted to know, Valerie, just is the person in your house secretly talking to your son's father about you? Oh, let's find out here. Kind of want to go to the Rider Waite, Radiant Rider Waite. Let's see what we have there. And then on Ju, you will be next, and then Michael. So thank you guys so much for your patience as I do make my way down the list. So let's take a look here and see what we got going on. So, okay. What else about this situation? Are they? Interesting. So you've got the Page of Wands, which is about the like new energy, new fire that's going on, new things happening in the outside world, new opportunities. So all this is going on, but there is the Knight of Swords, which is about movement and communication and messages. So I feel like things are going to be make themselves known really quick here because you've got this page with this fire that's going on and this opportunity open in the outside world, that and especially with this communication coming in, just like you're going to be getting some information really quick here about this situation, that just sparks this change in the outside world, and you're going to be getting notification about it here. Yeah. So new love, new emotion coming in here. So a lot of newness. There's messages of a lot of newness that's about to happen here. Let me see. Yeah. And you've got two nines here. Nine of Swords, which is the nightmare insomnia card about all these things on your mind. But then comes the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel all this stuff that you have in your mind going now like falls away, and you find this wholeness and this completeness within yourself without all this external stuff. So I feel like whatever's coming is bright for you, but it changes the whole situation of what you're what you're concerned about and all the stuff that's on your mind. So just know that you're going to be getting real quick notification here about this change in the outside world, because there is something that sparks, but it leaves you in a good place. It leaves you in a good, solid, feeling whole and complete from inside with what's unfolding. So they're kind of like saying, um, they're not really specifically answering your question per se, but I think they're kind of telling you that just hold out, just wait. Your fears and the stuff are going to be relieved here, and you're going to feel at peace and okay on the inside with it all. So if you can kind of put those things out of your mind and just know that okay, things are about to change. There's going to be this big newness that comes in so many different ways that it's positive for you, whatever's coming. So I do like that for you. All right, well, that's what they have for you. Anju, you want to know what your ancestors have to say to you? And I kind of feel like we're being guided over here to the Ask Your Guides Oracle. So let's take a look here and see what your ancestors have to say. And then, Michael, you'll be up next. And then, Melvin and NC. Hello, hello. All right. All right. Let's take a look here. What ancestors do you have? What do you have for Anju? I dropped a bunch of cards. Okay, here it is. Getting clumsy in my old age. So you got Cleopatra, the queen of denial. I'm just kidding. So you got denial, but you have your divine helpers, which will be your ancestors that are coming through to speak with you. Card number 22, a master number. So I do love that for you. But they're talking to you about confusion, distortion, compromise. And your divine helpers are here. So your ancestors are here to help you take off the blinders and more honestly assess the difficulties in your intimate relationships. Although you'd prefer to believe that ignorance is bliss, the truth is that denial is not a river in Egypt, nor is it a genuine form of protection against unhappiness. Your ancestors gently ask you to summon the courage to honestly admit the real problems that exist in your relationships. As difficult as they may be, until you do so, there's no chance that these shadows will ever heal. So, for example, admit when your spouse isn't just tipsy, but rather they're drunk, as they can be on many nights. Or admit, at least to yourself, that when your child says they can't find a job, it's because they aren't looking that hard. Or when your partner says they must work late every single night for months, that an affair or other digression is likely. Most important, admit what you might be hiding from your loved ones. Acknowledge your fears, your addictions, your excuses, and failures honestly and with compassion. Realize that what your mind blots out, your heart knows, and so does everyone else. In other words, when you're in denial, you're only kidding yourself. What your mind blots out, your heart knows. Your ancestors want you to acknowledge these unpleasant realities because until you do, you'll be stuck with them. Not every unpleasant reality needs to be challenged or changed, however. Sometimes it's best to compromise or let things be. If your partner is generally sloppy, for example, but is otherwise a gem, let it go. However, if your partner is in serious trouble or vice versa, you're only harming yourself and others and perpetuating the problem by denying it. Your ancestors' message: take off the blinders and be open to the truth about others and yourself. Only then can you learn and grow past the problems. So, wow, they are keeping it real. So that's what your ancestors have for you, Anju. So, um, blessings to you. I know that a good, strong message, but it is freeing as well, right? All right, Michael, and you wanted to know when will S be back? So let's take a look here, and I feel like I want to go to the Chinese tarot for that. Let's take a quick drink here. Let's see what we got going on. All right, so when will S be back? Anything else? Wow. Excuse me. The first card that came out was the Five of Swords. And I feel like because you got a five, a six, and a seven. It's like five, six, seven. It's like in order, and it kind of feels like this is how things unfold. It's like there's seems to be conflict, and it's like when the conflict ends, if that makes sense to you, because that's what I heard is that there's conflict, and that the reason why they are where they are is because of conflict. Either I don't feel like it's conflict that made them leave. I feel like they've gone to deal with conflict wherever they've gone to. There is the Six of Coins, which is the Six of Pentacles, which is the codependency awareness card normally. But I kind of feel like this is the giving and receiving that is happening as well. That where they went to deal with this conflict, they're giving, and then they're going to be receiving back, and they're able to come back. Uh, So yeah, there's this interesting energy around this. I'm not sure what this is, Michael, but the Seven of Wands is like um, they're in this place of higher ground where they might be, I wouldn't say attacked, but they're in a place where they're defending, but they're in the higher ground, which is the best place to be in defending. And it's like, the people that are trying to come uphill, they're the ones that have the hard time. It's very easy to defend. In the olden days, they would just roll a giant barrel of a bay of round hay on fire, which would take them out. And I almost feel, I don't know if this is if they're in the military, if they're like off in the military. It's almost like the energy I feel like they're away defending something, they're giving, and they'll receive, and they're in this place of defending, and then when it's like they're like when the battle's over, they come home. And that's what I feel like. They're not giving dates and stuff like that, but they're like, don't worry, it follows an order because it's five, six, seven. Things are happening in perfect timing. And when they keep on saying, when the conflict is over, they will return. Um, so hopefully that means something to you because I'm not getting anything super in particular around that. Yeah. And you got the hanging ghost, which is the hanged man in the normal tarot, which is all about patience. I know we hate that word, but it is about hanging around, waiting. Sometimes there's a cocoon on the cards, which is all about it takes time for things to unfold, and it will happen exactly in the perfect timing, and then movement will happen. But it feels like it's in a pause. It feels like it's just in this waiting period. So I know, but that's their message for you. They don't have anything else. They're just like it's all unfolding perfectly in perfect order. Just be patient with the timing and the process. It will all they will be back in the perfect timing. So that's what they have for you. So thank you for your patience. Thank you guys again for all being here. I appreciate you guys so much. If you haven't given the video a little thumbs up yet, I really appreciate it if you would. If you have, thank you so much. It really does help out my channel. And as I say, it's always the perfect price, free to do so. All right. And so, Melvin, you said you're going to follow up on the reading. Okay, see. Okay, looks like NC asked the question first. So I'll do NC first, and then Melvin will do your follow up questions. And we will go from there. So, NC, you want to know, is S willing to put in the work in your relationship after you explained your feelings to him? All right, let's take a look here. What is going on with S? Is he willing to? Okay. Right. So the first card that came out is the full card, which is ending of old cycles, new beginning. So I kind of feel like a fresh start, and there's the two of coins, which is about balancing, and for this, so I kind of feel like they are willing to have this new start because you have the full with the new beginning, a two, and then you have the three, which is the three of swords is usually the expectations and the disappointment card. And I feel like, but you also get the nine of coins, which is the nine of pentacles about this journey of inner fulfillment. I feel like the work that uh, will be done in the relationship is actually about letting expectations go, about realizing that when you have expectations, expectations equal disappointment. And so, as long as you have expectations, you're going to be disappointed. There's just no way that someone can always 100%, meet each other's expectations. It's just because they're constantly changing and we're not mind readers of each other. And it's like, oh, they did it, but they didn't do it the way I wanted them to. There's always going to be something. And it's like this, um, if it becomes work, too much work, then that's when relationships break up. That's when relationships end, when it becomes to be too much work to be together instead of how can we get rid of all these expectations and go back to, it's like go back to the beginning, you know, go back to go back to zero expectations when you guys first met. I always love that. It's like when you first meet someone, everyone seems so wonderful, right? And um, so we meet someone and our expectations are down here and they're doing this. And you're like, wow, look how amazing they are, right? And then expectations start to creep in as you spend more time together and move closer in your relationships and have different titles on what your relationship is. Now we're going steady, and now we're exclusive, and now we're engaged, and now we're married. And so, you know, it's like it seemed like they were becoming less and less and less and less of so amazing, but they were has stayed the same. It's just our expectations that change. And if we can get our expectations back to zero, like that full card, then we see how wonderful and remember, oh, that's right. You are amazing. I just forgot because my expectations, these old ways of thinking, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, and everything that we're given, are given, get in the way. So I kind of feel that's what's going on with that, if that makes sense to everything that's going on there. So it does feel like they're willing to put in some work, but if it becomes too much work, because your feelings, that nine of pentacles is pointing you back to your fulfillment on the inside. The nine is the hermit's journey. It's about you. What do I expect of myself, and how many expectations do I have myself under? Because when I have myself under a ton of expectations, by golly, everyone is going to obey those too. But when you free yourself, you also free everyone else, and you can live life so much more freer. So that's what they have for you, NC. And we are moving on here onto Melvin there. Glad you're laughing. All right. So let's take a look here. So you recently had a medium experience where you potentially connect with two souls. Was this real? And is this the gift that spirit has been guiding you to find? Does spirit or any guides come through to have a message for me about this? Okay. Well, let's take a look here. Let's find out. Let's go to an oracle card. Woo! And I do want to go to the Return of Spirit deck, and let's see what they have to say here. Coco, they were the same cards, weren't they? I thought they were. I'm like, isn't this like the same stuff? And they're like, yeah, they're smart. They're smart. So we will uh, look at your second question there after we are done. Okay, and then A. Williams, you can definitely post a question. I don't see that you did, at least as far as I can see down. But if you definitely, anyone coming in, um, just you can ask your question down below in the chat, and I just go through on the down the chat as questions are asked. So you can definitely ask a question, and I will just get to it. Hopefully, I know I'm at an hour and a half. I'm going to try to keep them to around 2 hours, just to because I got a strong reminder, we'll say from spirit about balancing. Otherwise, I'm going to burn myself out and then I'll be missing for a while. We don't want that. So I'm going to try to get through as many of you guys as I can here. All right. So let's take a look here. What about this gift? Is this the gift that you were talking about? What can you let Melvin know, please? So you got the intuition card here. Let me see if I can put it where it's good light so you can see that. And let's see what this message is about. What could it be? Says there is a focus right now on your intuitive and clairvoyant abilities. This card usually signifies an amplification of this functioning. You may find yourself feeling more tapped in to the cosmic energy field of information. This can include the sudden channeling of information from celestial beings, an increase in predictive dreams, or sensing information from objects or your surroundings. Stay open to this flow. It is happening for a reason. It's crazy. You are being attuned with higher ascension energies, which are affecting the planet at this time. And yes, this will be a permanent enhancement. So don't be concerned if you suddenly feel like a peeping Tom when you start receiving information about the people around you. These gifts are intended to work this way. It is part of the awareness, which the rest of humanity will experience when they're ready to move into this higher frequency field. But for now, just relax as you adjust to it. The intuition card also comes to those whose intuitive gifts are strong but underdeveloped. It is important for you to trust that you are indeed intuitive, and this is an important part of who you are. Be open to learning about your intuition and how it works. Take classes, read information on it, and speak to those you know who are actively using their gift. You may be very surprised by how easily and naturally your intuition blossoms for you. Can't make this up. The main thing is to trust the process of what is happening for you. Trust any information you receive. The more you acknowledge and focus on your intuition, the stronger it will be. It will become clear soon how to use your gift in service. Boom. So, yeah, you can't make that up. That is exactly. So, you recently had a medium experience where you potentially connected. Was this real? Is. So, that definitely is, there. So, I love it. And then does spirit or any guides come through to have a message for you about this? I really feel because that was the return of spirit deck, I feel like that is the message for you to trust your gift, know that it's happening, that you will get information on how you'll be able to use that in service for others too, and just continue to use it. It's like a muscle, just continue to grow and grow and grow and grow that. And if you want to talk about it offline with me, you can reach out to me on Instagram, DM me there, or email me at brettazen@gmail.com. I'm happy to give you any guidance on that too. So, all right, let's keep going here. So, chords of gratitude. You want to know what's coming towards you this week, Sunday through Thursday in general. I love the specificity there. And let's see, I do want to go to these Spirit Song Tarot. Love and light, Deb. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Sunny. Welcome, welcome. I think you might be next from what I'm reading as I'm going down there. So let's take a look here for you, Coco. Chords of gratitude. What's coming towards you this week, Sunday through Thursday in general? What would they like you to know? All right. Anything else? Yeah, I didn't think so. I think this is enough. Got two cards. Woo. You got the Justice card. So, there is this balancing that's coming out here. I really feel like your things are really clarifying for you between these higher truths, seeing things from above, and these, small t truths that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. There's this justice, this balancing of the scales that's coming in for you, and it's feeling really good because you actually even have the Sun card, which is one of the most victorious, bright, sunshiny, of course, cards in the entire, tarot deck, which So, two major arcana, so some really significant balancing out of things that just really brings you a lot of joy and a lot of brightness. I feel like there's some clarity too, because the Justice card usually has that Ace of Swords, which is about getting truths as well. And the sun shines the light, it shines bright on things, enlightens things, it brings things to light. So I kind of feel like that is also going to be coming for you this week, but it's all bright, shiny stuff. It's not like, uh-oh, I usually say that the sun shines even on the cobwebs, that we find, but I feel like all these things are positive of the things that come for you this week. So enjoy your Sunday through Thursday. I like that. All right. So let's take a look here. Let me see. Did A. Williams, did you do a question? Okay. You want to know how many people are spiritually attacking you? Oh my goodness. Let's take a look here and see what they have to say here for you, Ms. Williams. And let's see what they want you to know here. I feel like I want to move over to the Radiant Rider Waite deck here. Hey, Sade. So let's see here. All right. So, what would you like Ms. Williams to know about spiritual attackers? All right. So let's see what we got here. I like this for you because what they're saying is that, the way that you're looking at this question, because they're like, you're posing a question and you want an answer. And that's kind of what this card is all about, decisions and questions. And one is of the mind and one is of the spirit, right? Of the heart, connected to the spiritual realm. And they're like, okay, we understand your question. So close your eyes to see clearly. They want you to trust your gut and trust your intuition. But you've got the emperor and you've got the Knight of Swords. And what I feel like they're wanting you to know is that you are the ruler of your kingdom in your life, and that no one can spiritually attack you because you are this spiritual knight, right? You're the Knight of Wands. You've got this Ace of Wands within you, and that um, people like when we talk about curses or about energy vampires and people stealing our energy, that is all a human fear. That's what we're taught. People that want to have power over us tell us that they can take our power from us. And the example they gave me yesterday, around a subject similar to that, was like a vampire comes to your front door, and unless you invite them in, they can't come in. And so you're not inviting them in, and they're standing at the door and they're like, I want to come in. And you're like, no. And they're like, well, I want some of your blood. So you need to give me a pint of your blood. And you're like, oh, okay. And so you go and you take a pint of your blood out and then you go give it to them. You're giving it to them. What our power, uh, no one has power over us unless we hand it over to them. And so they want you to know, especially that emperor, it's like you are in control of your kingdom. No one can take that away from you. You are this powerful knight that holds the power. You have that Ace of Wands, that you're in this search and this quest for getting your power and holding your power. And that's why this situation is coming about. So you could see that no one has power over you unless you give it to them. And so they're like, showing, that vampire coming to your door and wanting to come in. And you're like, no, like, I want some of your blood. And you're just like, really? And you just slam the door. You're just like, no, no. And so I really feel like, um, that they're like, it doesn't matter who is, trying to come against you in any way. You hold the power over it all. And so they're like, it doesn't matter. You get to uh, grab a hold of that Ace of Wands, and you hold the power around that. So I love that for you. So that is what they have for you. All right. So let's keep going down the list here and see where we are at. Very good. Patience is not any of our friends, right? All right. So I believe we are down to you, Sunny. So let's take a look here. And you want to know what are Al's feelings for you. So let's take a look here. I kind of want to, yeah, I still want to use the Radiant Rider weight. All right. So, Sunny, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know around Al's feelings for you? Anything else? So we got the Page of Swords here, which swords are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations. communication and all that. But the Page of Swords, it feels like there's um, new thoughts that are happening. I just feel like the thoughts about you are evolving, is like what I'm hearing. And you have the Knight of Cups too, which is about movement and emotions, right? Um, so this is happening. There's emotions that are moving, and it's positively, and there's thoughts that are changing, and all that thoughts that are changing are because there's all these expectations, right? And I feel like, and I don't feel like these are like what you have on them. I feel like they have all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that they've been trying to live up to, like living up to everyone's expectations around them, whether it's from their childhood and people that are all around him, on all about the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos and the blah 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 blah. He's getting exhausted from trying to live up to what everyone else wants him to. And I feel like that's what's going on here with this page, is that he's cutting away all the stuff of who he's trying to be. And he thinks that it's like he thinks you think that this is what he wants, and then he thinks that this is what you want of him. And he got all caught up in his mind, and he just got so tired of this mental game that's going on, that he's just like, I'm done with it. I'm just going to um, cut all that stuff off, and I'm just going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with my heart. And so I kind of feel like um, they're just in this process of getting their mind set uh, in a balanced way, because the Ten of Swords is endings and new beginnings, and the page is about new beginnings of mind and thought. So I kind of feel like he's like doing this reboot, and it's taking its time to reset. And then these emotions that have been going on, I feel like that they will voice some more and voice some more. But I feel like all the mental stuff that was going on was so distracting for him that it was like a buzzkill. I don't feel like they from you though, necessarily, right? Because it feels like he was thinking that you were thinking that they were thinking that they were thinking. It was like all this stuff, if that makes sense. So hopefully it makes sense to you, because that's what they have for you. All right. And I believe, MF, we answered all those questions up on your reading. And so, Ruchi, you are next. You want to know what Ardarsh feels for you and what he seriously feels for the third party between us, when the third party will go. Okay, let's take a look here and see what they have. And then, Valencia, you will be up next. Woohoo, Bree! If you're still here, oh my god, I love it. So they were right. I am not surprised. That is fantastic. Wow. All right. So let's take a look here, Rishi. What does our dash feel for you? Okay, let's take a look at that first. Okay. And what does the feel about the third party? Okay. And when does the third party, when will it go? Let's take a look here. Okay. Well, so I'm just going to show you these because what he feels for you, I feel like the 10 is a change of fate, which is the X is endings, and this is a new beginning. It's like a new uh new adventure, right? You have the star card here too, which does have this, this is Aquarian energy. And I kind of feel like the hope that you have, like this represents hope, like you have this hope of something more. But in like, what does he feel about the third party? I mean, he's got this 10 of cups. He feels like very excited about it, you know? Like I don't feel like when you go, when are they gonna go? And I kind of feel like they're not, because the 6 of Wands is about, victory and recognition, and it's almost like they enjoy. I don't know if they enjoy having both. Like they feel like they're in a place where they can have their cake and eat it too. They just feel like I can I can have both, and if not, then I kind of feel like he would choose the 10 of cups, like he would choose the third party, because he, for some reason, feels like, "Yes, this is it." But I kind of feel it's the combination that, I kind of feel like he feels this, like he's on this horse, like he feels like he has it all, right now, and I don't feel like the third party will go. And so I kind of feel like they're kind of spirits kind of nudging you going, yeah, you know, maybe you should leave and start off, on your own. But yeah, I don't feel like, they have this big 10 of cups, which is like emotional fulfillment overflowing, like they feel like they have it all, and that other one there. So Rishi, I'm so sorry. I know those situations, been there, and uh it's up to you what you want to do with that. If you are okay with maintaining it, then, that's where you're at. But I kind of feel like spirit is nudging you to go, enough is enough. Let's turn this fate's wheel, and I'm starting something new. And I'm going to give up on having this hope, that you'll choose me, because if they do it once, they'll do it again, you know. And if they uh, don't choose you, and they're, dating a bunch of people, it's like it's always up to you though. I mean, some people are like, I'm okay with that. I don't want them all the time. I'll share. I want my own alone time or whatever, but you will make the decision that's right for your heart. But that's what they wanted you to know around that. All right, Valencia, you want to know how does Z feel towards you? So let's take a look and see what we have there. All right, so let's see what we got here, Valencia. I tell you. So you have the 10 of Pentacles here, which the 10 of Pentacles is this energy of, you know, abundance and feeling like whole and complete. And I don't necessarily, they look at you and go, "Oh, you're rich," but it's like you carry yourself as being abundant, and they kind of look at you going, "Wow, they are, they have it well off, and they carry themselves like they're secure in your world." You have the strength card here too, so they really see you as a strong individual. So they are seeing you like in a that you're a very confident, well placed person. But I do feel like they feel like you have a lot of expectations though too, because the 10 of swords, all these expectations of how things are supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be. And they're like, I feel like this is them, and they're feeling like, I don't think I can live up to what they want in life. I kind of feel like they're intimidated a bit about like a fear of failing and not living up to your expectations. Because they have the Four of Cups here, and they still feel like, these are the cups they normally choose, and they kind of feel like you're a breath of fresh air. But I really feel like you're so strong and you carry yourself so well, and they feel like you have everything, like your life is full and you have all this. It's like, I don't think I could live up to be, with where she is in her life, and like what he thinks you would want out of life. So he has all these this pressure, and I feel like he's just like, I can't do that. I can't live up to what she needs. So, I kind of feel like that's where they're at right now, with that. And um, so that's what they're feeling towards you right now, is what I'm picking up from those cards. So that is what they have for you right now. And I wish I were like, well, I really want more to know more, but that's what they have at this point in time. All right. All right, everybody. I'm at 2 hours, and I really wish that I had all the energy in the world to be able to answer every single of you guys' questions. But the good news is that one, I'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Mountain. So in about 12 hours, I'll be back on YouTube. And then also tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain. If you need an answer tonight, I do have listed in the description box of this video playlists like pick a card readings, the weekly energy update that I talked about, that you can, and by commenting and watching different of those videos, you can have a chance of winning a free 30-minute personal recorded reading. And there's monthly readings and a bunch of different other readings. So follow your instinct. If you need an answer tonight and you want to go check those out, just follow the guidance. The spirit will bring you to the reading that has answers for you this evening, if you need something right now. But I'm going to have to sign off, get some rest. So I'll be bright eyed and bushy tailed for the morning 10 a.m. Mountain readings. And please know that just as you guys go through each and every moment of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So have a great night, depending on where you're at in the world, or have a great day, depending on where you're at in the world. Sleep tight. And until we meet again, you guys hang in there and you take care. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.